Hi, so yes, this is second video with Kiran. We're gonna discuss about compliances. Why is it important to follow compliance, monitoring the security posture using incident response tools, and the auditing frequency. Again, how often, why? So yeah, let's dive into, I think you want to start with ISO, yeah?
Yeah. I just want to start with the ISO. The reason behind this, as you said, like we need some key skills, like we need some standards to meet for the current security needs. So it's not simply we can do something which we know, but there are some things which we don't know as well. So it's better to know everything which we before we get into that. So if we fully certified with the ISO 27,000 series, all the standards regarding that one, we can make the IT defend any kind of attacks. It's not about the kind of like one-way attacks like social engineering or some other things like related to that one. But I'm not focusing on single things. I was seeing like 360 degrees angle of the security. So ISO 27,000 is an excellent standard which certifies all the angles in the security. So my view in the SOC optimization, the first step is we are certified with all the standards. So that makes difference with your organization with the other ones, because the other ones may declare that they are doing the things needed regarding that one. But really, if you see in the real time, they never do that, because of the cost, because of the requirement, they don't need it maybe. So because of many reasons, they never do that. But my view, so every organization will handle the sensitive data, which may be is risk for the organization and the society as well. So if they are certified with, suppose let's take this one, so the data loss prevention policy, so that's already certified in the ISO series. So which means you should not be able to bring the mobile devices in the client environment, and you can't capture any screens, you can't share it inside the emails, or you can't attach as any of the data related to that, we can't leak any of that. So that's certified already, but we are just taking it if we need it. So my view is like there are other things like bring your own device policies, like there are many policies which were certified in the ISO as well. So we better start with that one and make it implement in like 100%. It's not like 70% success. I want to make it 100%. That's the ideal one.
Yeah.
So that makes really big difference for the companies. And so following with that one, it's not about like if we implement it, it should be like 100%. So we know there are some kind of maybe the problems for the companies. So maybe the staff issues, maybe any kind of issues. So we try to implement, but we may not. We just try to be accurate for 90%. So in that case, you just keep monitoring that. So for that one, incident response teams really helps to be a step forward regarding that one. So incident response team does not limit to only monitoring this one. So suppose take a project for health systems. So they have many security applications. So if we are certified with the standards related to the applications, we following our procedures for the organization. So that one, we try to link with the client applications as well. So that standards will be followed by the incident response team. They try to implement that standards while giving the privileges, giving the access controls, giving the password policies, rotation policies. We have many things so that we can make the client safe if they are in our hands. So that's what we can do with the incident response team. So how quickly you respond makes a difference when you're implementing that one. So in my view, the kind of incident response team make a second big difference after this certification. So ISO. So continued with that one. Yeah.
I'm sorry, Kiran. I'm curious. It's like a follow-up question to what you were just saying. So what the incident response teams need to do to improve, to improve the efficiency from your point of view? Because we know some teams are better at finding threats sooner, the others not so. What are the factors, from your perspective? What would you recommend?
Yeah, in my perspective, I just have a experience working with ServiceNow before, because ServiceNow and Splunk with a CyberArk if it is needed in there. So my experience, I always have a SLA for everything. Suppose let us take it as a priority. So they try to assess which priority they're having the security incident. So the more effective is you keep monitoring that one with the incident priority. So let's take it as a high priority, which is a critical one. So we have to respond that one in the timely manner, like 8 minutes. If suppose let us take a situation, now it's a pandemic one. So the NHS, the health sector, they just need to attend the service for the COVID pass. They just need it in a span of seconds. And it's not a span of seconds. They just need it in a week, definitely, because they have to travel somewhere. So without issuing the COVID pass, they can't go and come back to the UK. So they have to assess the priority. So in this real scenario, what I was telling in the real scenario, so they can assess the records as per the priority, like critical, high, and give the response to that one in the timely manner. If you're not properly responded in that one, it's going to be a breach of incident. So in my experience, priority-based assessment is very needed in the IRT teams. And the second one is you just keep on looking for the future threats in the IRT. So if you get an incident, how to eradicate for not coming the next time, so that we cannot see the incident after that. So it's eradication of that. So we just want to clean this kind of incidents repeat in the future. So that makes an effective step in the IRT as well. Yeah. So followed with that one, IRT can make artificial intelligence scripting as well. The patterns of how the incidents are coming, on what kind of manner the incidents are generating. Like suppose the common incident in the health system is the patient having a problem like cough or fever. This is like very common. So they try to raise a ticket that they're having issue with this one. So let's make a common theory algorithm. So if they get this one, they don't need to raise a ticket. That's no need of raising it, because we get thousands. We just try to reduce the incidents. So like that, we can make a artificial intelligence embedded in the incident response, and we can make a script for applications.
Yeah.
So I'm just taking as a human perspective, and we can take as a machine perspective as well. Like some applications give the security faults. So we can track all the faults. We keep on tracking all the faults, and we can just give a algorithm for that. We can put exceptions for the incidents, so that we can respond to the real-time incidents, what really need to be responded. So that kind of plan is always there for me, but it's based on the client interest. So we make everything on the client interest. So it changes from company to company. So bank systems follow a different kind of analogy, because they have a risk assessment team and they have fraud assessment department. They have to certify before you do this step. So follow it by that one. Whatever need to be done to respond to the incidents should be done in an effective way. So it's changes from company to company. That's what I feel as per the experience. Yeah. So so the next one is auditing, because this is a very big thing in my view, because developers will implement a different kind of security policies, different kind of privileges. They escalate the privileges to the managers, and they degrade, like they cut the privileges to the lower employees. They have a different kind of access control systems for every organization. So whatever it is, so we have a manual. Suppose let us take a X company having a policy. They should not give the access. Let us take a company hierarchy. So let's take a health system with a doctor, nurse, and a lab technician. So in my project which I worked earlier has a role-based access control, which will give automatically when they onboard as per the roles. So straight away they give the roles privileges. So like suppose a lab technician need access to the lab X application and Y application. They don't need Z application, but the nurse need a Z application. They don't need a lab technician application. So straight away we link that application to them so that they access it. And it's not about we provide straight away that one. So we have to check if we are really giving that privileges, because creeping the privileges will happen if you do not keep an eye on that one.
Yeah.
So there are mistakes, like some people will be having high privileges. So the company, the in perspective of S4C, it's very good practice to audit all the privileges every 3 or 2 weeks at least, like give a time like 15 days, which is suited for you as per the staff. So keep on auditing that one, and we should cut off the privileges which we don't need. And the policy of making this is should be having the less privileges as possible, because that's the main perspective of a security. We don't need to give high privileges to anyone. So the person who can handle the security properly, like the who needs to be secured, should be given good security. So the other one don't need high security, like they don't need high privileges as well. So we have to be on the safe side.
Kiran, if I may ask you, and who decides, who makes that, you know, initial decision and follow-up decisions on which roles need access, what applications? We all know, you know, there are companies who are managing 5,000 applications in my experience, like more on enterprise, or even higher, like 10,000, you know. So plus, if you are thinking about enterprise, you know, it could be 100,000 people, 200,000. Are you talking about, you know, first question is who decides which role equals what access? Second, you know, applications might be changing. People come and go. Are you talking about automated interlink with the Active Directory? You know, how does it work on practical side?
Yes. Suppose take a Microsoft systems, they have Active Directory management, you know, LDAP. So the accounts will be managed using the Active Directory in the Microsoft. So whatever may be the privileges, they will try to link from the Active Directory. That's how it goes. That's a basic thing, like fundamental thing of how the identity access management goes. So if it is like a small enterprise, we don't need to worry about, because they don't have many applications, maybe like 15 or 20 applications. So let us take a big organization like a bank. Like they have numerous applications. They have to check the systems before they proceed with the customers. So for that kind of ones, we have to make a high privileged tools. Like we can't use the normal Microsoft Active Directory. Maybe they can use it. It's a choice of them. But my view is there are tools which can handle the thousands of applications using the script, like SailPoint. Let us take a situation like SailPoint. They just try to embed the script in that one. How many number of applications doesn't matter, but they try to give the attribute based roles. Like we give the rules and it straight away links to the applications and remove the other applications on the other hand. So they have a script on the which is running parallelly. It's not like we run the script and it's going there. It's already embedded. Like we just try to keep on running the server. That's how it goes. So it automatically adjusts itself without having more privileges for the people who don't need to be having that. So there are tools like that. I can just say SailPoint, and I can say maybe like CyberArk. CyberArk is kind of safe. I already told, like high privileged people, like managers, directors, their account need to be in the safe. They can't be in the normal servers, like identity access management servers. They can't be there because they are someone who have high privileges to access many applications in the organization. So that we used to assign the vaults to that one, and we secure them in a safes. Nice. So no one has access to the safe until they give a secured word and they talk to the backend team if they need to change the application access. So that's how it goes. So we assign the vaults to the directors. Like we have a map how this is going. So that map will be assessed every every 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and we never give the privileges to anyone having the high credentials, like high kind of applications, like high security applications. We always restrict that. We always restrict, and that should have a prior approval before we do that.
Sure.
So, so the thing which I am speaking about auditing is linking all the access controls to the proper ones. So the right ones having the right access. That's what we are speaking in the auditing. That's make the best step in the SOC optimization, because I can see some of the accounts which I worked before having numerous applications which they don't need to access.
Yeah.
Because that's a bad practice in the security. I can't say the organization name, but they use the applications linked to the people who are terminated as well.
Yeah.
They haven't removed the applications. That's a big escalation. We can't keep it like that. So that needs to be terminated, and the links, suppose we get a termination for an employee, we can't just delete or disable the account. It needs to be unlinked from all the applications, because some other applications may access it from external environment. So that's how it goes. There are many external threats like this. That's where the companies need to be focused. And it's not about the single thing. We have to audit all the firewalls, outbound rules, inbound rules, access privileges, as I spoke before. And we have to take care of Splunk reports. Splunk, I have to speak about this because the Splunk is something like a CM tool, which work very effectively. It tries to take the logs from all perspectives. It's not about only the system faults. It's about the applications. Like people try to log in, but there is some issue there. When we try to pull the application with the Splunk, the logs with the Splunk, it tries to give all the things, what the access, like what the user tried to access and why it is rejected. So we can make assessment for every application using the Splunk CM tool. So that can be cross-checked with the daily activities of the person, how he's dealing with. So we can make a kind of artificial intelligence using the reports, and we can build the scripts. And this makes a real addition, like a real essence of using the CM tool. It's not like manually processing it and just seeing the results. It's just like automation. We just keep automating the things. Yeah.
Because on this note, again, we are running now our second SOC global SOC survey, right? And the initial data, I shouldn't be probably saying this, but I mean the first data we are seeing now, one of the big concerns for organizations is too much time spent on technical reports, you know, way too many man hours. And in the end, those technical reports are needed. However, what would be the tips, you know, with your approach? Are you in a position to say, hey, with my approach, we are cutting down what percentage of man hours, you know? Just put into perspective. It doesn't need to be accurate, but your approach, the one you described, helps to save how much time?
Yeah, in my view, the company, like it's completely based on the organization, like how they want to, like how much budget they put on the cybersecurity teams every year. So it's actually dependent on that, because organizations changes the way they handle the projects and the kind of projects they handle. They change the infrastructure as per that one, and they try to put the budget, because some organizations will be dealing with the system faults. They're just like hardware problems and this kind of things. They do most of the projects related to that. So they don't want much infrastructure for responding the high security incidents. They just need a basic ticketing tool and the things that stuff handles with that one. So for the companies like who handles the bigger projects, like the large amounts of data, that's what I was speaking about now. So that's the approach they should follow is they have to invest more on the security tools. It's not about the thing they invest on something which is like cheap thing, like we can do it in less cost. We can't make it more than that. So there is no limit for the cybersecurity in my view. So we keep on investing in that, and we will be on the top. So I'll take an example with the Apple. So you can see the Apple, it doesn't improve much with the coming versions of the iPhones. It's just like stably improving a little, not too much there.
Yeah.
So, but the thing they are taking care is the security perspective, the way they handle the data of a customer. It's a very small thing, but it makes a big difference with the other phones. So, yeah, so the cloud, the iCloud they are using, it's really unique when compared to the Google Cloud and the other ones, because I have many devices and it is accessing in the same point using the iCloud. Like I can use the tab, I can use the Mac, I can use the iPhone, I can use any kind of device of Mac, iCloud. So it will be in the single data. So I'm just comparing that one with other things. So the sensitive data, how they are handling, it changes from the company to company. So it makes a big difference. If you are really want to be a big organization on the top priority organization, you have to handle it with the proper tools. Suppose if you want to handle some kind of access privileges, like you got a project from the NHS, so they want to assist the customers properly with the ticket-based assessment. You see that you have to investigate which is the best running there and which can handle the volume of data and which can respond to the incidents properly and which gives you comfort in working there. So we have to assess everything and we select the tool, and after selection of the tool, we have to work on that properly and cleanly we have to audit the systems. If something is wrong, you have to respond that one. So that makes big difference, because we have many tools, but we can't use any tool which is not suited to us. Yeah. So my view, that needs to be improved, because I can see in some of the organizations in India, I'm just not quoting any organization. I was just saying,
no names.
Yeah, no names. So I was just saying, because they're just using the outdated tools. They're not using any updated tools. I can see some organizations which are using the Microsoft Active Directory Management, which is outdated from the XP. It's the time XP is using. That same interface they are using till now. There are organizations like that, and we can't use it anymore. So you can see the Oracle Identity Access Management. At least you can make it an update to that one, because that's not too much to the current scenario, but still it should not be less than that. Yeah. So, and you can make an improvement using the Microsoft new Identity Access Manager, and you can use a SilePoint, you can use a CyberArk, you can use Jira tools, you can use the ServiceNow, whatever you use, that should be for the current scenario. It's not for the old systems. So we have to update that tools, and it should really make a difference in my view.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Kiran, last maybe question. You are representing next generation security experts, right? Security team, right? What would be your message to chief information security officers and SOC managers? Because we know there is a talent shortage. We know that security leaders want to attract top caliber security teams and retain. This is one of other elements, retain. So, you know, from your perspective as a new generation joining cybersecurity field, what's important to you? What organization you would choose to join, without the names, of course? You know, why?
Yeah. So,
and what would make you stay in the organization longer? You know, not be attracted by outside offers. What's important to you?
So, as you already know, the answer to the question, customers like employee satisfaction is very important in a company.
Yeah.
So the satisfaction comes not only with the work or money. It's not about the money actually. So the work we are doing should satisfy, because the skills what we learned to secure something or to make something should be used there properly. Suppose if I learn a cybersecurity skills, if I do a Java developer job, it's not going anything. It's not going anywhere in my career. So my view is always I have to be what I have to be. So if I am really into that, if I am giving my 100% in that and helping the organizations to grow better, that's really a big degree or something kind of a prize for me. It's not going to be like depriving me, and it just like build my career higher. So I can make it using certifications. Like I have a plan, because it's not knowledge is not limited. We have to keep on updating the things.
True.
So I have to be certified in many things there. So the knowledge which I have learned there, I just want to use it for the organizations and benefit of the organizations. As I mentioned in my CV as well, it's all about helping the society or the organizations grow better. So
very nice.
yeah, that would really add to that one. Yeah.
Okay. So thank you very much for your time with us, with Toxic Proposition. It was very interesting to hear your angles, your focus, and I think you have planted some very good seeds here for thought, how to optimize and improve the efficacy of security services. Thank you so much, Kiran.